Hello Duelists, Tombox,
And Oscar from MST.TV here.
and this is
The news! So the first bit of news we have for you today is that Sahabi, the 2014 world champion, was banned for 1 year of competitive play because he was caught stacking. Now this actually hurts me personally a lot because I'm a Canadian and he was also the first Western Canadian world champion in YGO history. So this actually is huge. Now the reason why he was caught cheating was because he was caught stacking, and he was actually caught stacking Denko Seka and Shared Ride in his Necros deck. Now, it was weird because the judges, after examining his deck in a deck check, saw that the sleeves were, I guess, a little unclean, and they just looked at his hand. So they approached him and asked him, what were the two best cards in your deck? And then he said, well, it has to be Denko Seka and Shared Ride in this matchup. And it just so happened that in his opening hand was both Denko Seka and Shared Ride, and they were both appeared to be somewhat marked cards. So he was instantly pulled from that game, and Sahabi himself has been quoted saying that there might have been some bias here. He felt that the judges were a little biased against him and they were smirking at him, and that he was a little discriminated against, and that when he was writing the report, the judges said that he could write it in any language he wanted to. And that pretty much said to him that, oh, well, the judges aren't going to read it to begin with, since most of them won't read French, because he's a French Canadian. Now, of course, the two cards being stacked Denko and Shared Ride, he also said that the other three cards in his hand were completely unplayable, so why would he stack that hand? But in reality, it actually doesn't matter that much, because when you're stacking cards, you're looking to put cards into your opening hand, but the other three cards may or may not be controllable. You're not necessarily going to be stacking all 5 cards into the top of your deck.
Now also, more story from Sahabi is that all of us heard about deck checks. We've experienced it once or twice in our life through regional or bigger events. Now this event of deck checking is beginning to get a very stinky reputation. Cards are going missing during deck checks, and that is a really shitty feeling. Like, think about it. TCG Lover also had a video about someone losing their entire deck during a deck check, and this situation is almost just as bad, or if not worse. One of Sahabi's friends has lost a giant hand during a deck check. A giant hand is a $600 card for the super.
That's ridiculous.
Like, honestly, you're going to an event, you're paying like $25, and then all of a sudden you lose $600. It feels bad in every aspect. And that makes you question, like, who are these people checking my deck? Why is my deck so unsafe during deck checks? Like, honestly, if you're gonna get deck checked, I think as a player, you should research who's hosting this event, whether or not you're taking a gamble, because honestly, right now I feel like if I get deck checked, I feel like I'm getting the bullet of a Russian roulette game, and it really sucks.
Yeah, and there was a story that TCG Lover had too, and his video can be found here. And basically what happened was a whole deck went missing, and the store only compensated him in product, so he was only able to build part of the deck, and that's actually absurd. If someone stole my deck when I was being deck checked, first off, I would question the judge. The judge's sole responsibility at that point would be to just look after your deck to make sure nothing gets stolen, and then to check it. But if the whole thing gets lost, I would instantly question the judge, and I would instantly demand cash compensation.
Like, this is really sketchy. Like, if you were the judge that lost someone's entire deck, people would question whether or not you stole it, because you are technically responsible for it. And if you do lose a deck, I would probably not allow you to be judges for future events, because clearly you show no responsibility for your own actions now.
Actually, I've actually been personally deck checked several times in events, and a personal story that I had was when I got deck checked one time in the Vancouver Regionals. I was during a top 8, and what happened was a judge sat down and told both me and my opponent to leave the room or leave the area. So I stood off to the side to watch my deck being deck checked, and basically a random person without a Konami shirt, wasn't known as a judge, I didn't really know him personally, came up to my deck and just started sifting through my main board, my side deck, my extra deck, and he could have done anything to it. And I wanted to go over there and tell the judge to please tell this man to stop touching my cards, but I couldn't because I didn't want to break that rule. So I had to tell another friend, and about almost 2 minutes had passed before my other friend, who was a judge there, told him to leave. Now, afterwards, I did go back and check my deck to make sure nothing was stolen, and nothing was, but anything could have happened at that point, and I think it was pretty absurd that the judge even let someone who wasn't the player himself to walk up and touch another player's cards.
Now, that's like totally irresponsible of them, and like, if there's anything that judges or the tournament organizers can make it so that the deck check process is much safer, I would feel much better about this. And like letting strangers touch your deck, you were pretty lucky to like not lose anything. Like 2 minutes, that's like, it takes like 2 seconds to pocket a card.
Exactly.
So for other Yu-Gi-Oh news, I'm sure many of you have heard OCG ban list is not getting changed.
They're actually just trolling us at this point.
That's pretty crazy. The last time this happened was in September 2013, where their list didn't change. This was during the 2 E-Dragon format?
Yeah, in between the first E-Dragon format and the second one.
Yeah. And why are they doing this? What do you got?
Well, they want to combine the TCG and OCG list. Of course, this is all speculation at this point, and we have nothing confirmed, but because the last time such a big change happened, TCG and OCG were kind of split off, because TCG had that huge ban list where like Dimensional Fisher and Macro went to one. All the floodgates went to one, and OCG was just like basically crazy, of course, right? Yeah. So that was the last time a big change happened. So what might happen now is that Konami wants to combine the lists again, and now they're prepping OCG for such a big change. And it actually might be true, because if you look at the stocks, Konami stock has actually been dropping for the last couple quarters now.
Make better games.
Okay, and of course they might be looking to reduce some staff, and they might want to kind of clear out the North American Yu-Gi-Oh! Division and just let OCG, their Japanese division, handle it.
I wouldn't mind that.
Yeah, of course, we don't know. I don't work for Konami, so your guess is as good as mine.
Yeah, all these speculations are based off of what we read off of your internet.
Or maybe the OCG is just perfect, and they want the TCG players to play under it. Who knows?
Maybe it'd be easier to manage worlds if they do that.
Oh, yeah.
That's a possibility.
Speaking of worlds, the North American Nats is coming up.
Oh, yeah.
And who do you think will win?
I really don't want to say. You guys are going to hate me for saying this. I think Necros is going to win.
Yeah, but what player?
I don't know.
Of course Necros is going to win.
Yeah. There's going to be too many. Unless, of course, some guy comes up with
no
fun zone.
Necros mirror match is going to be the last match. Everyone knows this.
Unless Clifford's
who's going to win is the
Hey, Clifford's would lose one turn.
I don't think so.
You know what? I'm going to root for Jeff Jones.
Jeff Jones. I
might
not like the man, but I think Patrick Hoban is a great player, and he might get the second Nats win that he's been probably looking for a very long time.
Hey, that would be actually pretty cool too.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with the JJ. I just really wanted to say that.
I can tell.
Okay, now for other exciting news, MST.TV is having their very first Open Series tournament this weekend.
Yeah, we're very excited about this, and there'll be a lot of feature matches. We're giving away mats, and we're giving away tons of special pins that Tom Box has designed.
Oh, they're really cool. Hey, someone toss one over here.
Look at those pins.
Oh, man. It's in a Ziploc bag.
Yeah, so if you're in the Vancouver area or you're pretty close, make sure you come out and join us. And then if you're not going for Nats, of course, because it's actually the same time as Nats, but whatever.
Hey, but if you like our videos, please give us a like.
If you want to see more, make sure you subscribe.
If you want to talk about something we mentioned in this video, please leave a comment down below. But until next time, don't forget to hold on to your MST.TV.